Shulim and Baruch, we're going to pick up where we left off in the Tzav Vziurz. I left you at a very important juncture from the Rebbe's Sefer. The Rebbe was discussing with us how we have to have the ability to talk out our problems, to open up ourselves, or if not, we just get bogged down and it gets buried, and this is the worst thing that could happen. So now the Rebbe says at this point, the most intimate ally and trusted confidant that you have is the Eibishter, the Father in heaven. So speak to him. So he says, seclude yourself. Find a quiet place. Get as far as you can from destruction. Relax any tension in your body. Quiet all the noise in your mind. We're living in a very such a situation has never existed in the world. The whole world is silenced. We're stuck in our houses, or we're being excluded one from the other. And I speak to many people, and yeah, this one is handling it well, but we're all handling this with a bit of difficulty. I don't care who you are. Because in the back of your mind, there's this churning. The wheels are whizzing. Lockdown. Can I go out? Put on a mask. Don't put on a mask. Go to that chasna. Don't go to the chasna. Go to the shul. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. So the Rebbe says, find a place that's quiet. Try to develop a quiet space. And then, says the Rebbe, envision yourself standing before Hashem, your God. There you are, mortal creature, beseeching the infinite Kaviyuch, the infinite Eibishter. It's so enormous, but yet it's so intimate. Pour out your heart. Speak out your soul. Tell Kaviyuch, tell the Eibishter what's on your mind. He knows what's going on in you, but you must get it out. Without any inhibitions, without any posturing, and without any Falschkeit. In whatever language, whatever works for you. Say whatever comes into your mind. This is the Ikka. Says the Rebbe, if you have never before practiced such an intimate expression before Kaviyuch Hashem, I will give you an example, a blueprint. Right? The goal is to empty out your soul. That is the first. That's what we're working here for. In a meditative tefillah, prayer, and return that all to the Hashem who is loving you. We sometimes forget how much the Eibishter Aten Tazoifil Lieb. He loves us. He wants us to call him. Give him your pain. This must come from your own heart. So, says the Rebbe, I can't give you words, because you have words, you have Sidurim, you have Tehillim. I'm just going to give you some words or understandings or perhaps triggers or guidelines. It's a guideline. I'm going to write here a guideline on how to have this meditative connection with Hashem. So he says, starts like this. Hashem, God, from the depths of my soul, I call out to you. Chedu. That's good. I'm talking to you from the depths of my soul. Here I am. I guess we're going to be real now. No one's listening. It's just you and me, God. My body, my spirit, my neshama, everything is yours, Hashem. I have no intrinsic existence. So my yearning is great. Can't you see? I want to be pure, Hashem. I want to be that person. I want to be the one who reaches out and has that connection and feels gehoiben, feels enlightened from it. That your ratzon, your will, I would see and sense and live with. And your wisdom and Torah Kedosh I would ponder, and your voice I would hear in my heart. In my heart I would hear it. Chaval, alas, says the Rebbe, but alas, this is not the case. My heart mourns. My heart mourns. Inside that my soul, my neshama, is so confused and muddled and it's broken and it's a plivet and it's closed up. I sense only the sensual desire for things that are not pure, and my inner voice, that little nudnik called the Yetzirah, no longer he's there nudging away, so that my soul I don't even hear the transmission of your ratzon, what you want me to do. Instead, there's inside of me the voice of my own ratzon, what my ego, with my arrogance tells me, right? And all those demands. And I end up being at their beck and call. So the noise is so loud that I lose contact with the emes, with you, Hashem, and I'm just caught up with the narishkeit, with the foolishness of this world. And even when I try to rise and protest, to expel, to get rid of all this unwanted stuff, listen to what he says. I can only clean out my conscious thoughts. The unconscious, that remains in my soul, stuck in there, hidden. So the Rebbe says, weiter, Hashem, pure one, the source of all tahara, of all kedusha, of all beauty. How I just fall apart at the thought. If one wishes to clean his house and garden, yeah, and remove all the unwanted stuff, you just get rid of it. You call the guy, he comes and picks it up and it's gone, right? But when I clean out myself, I think take myself, think about where I'm holding. What do? I want my neshama to shine in front of you. But unfortunately, I just place my waist out of sight. I stoop it deep inside, in my neshama, in my soul, where my conscious mind cannot see it. But it's there. And this is the broch. So I feel I often feel so filthy because that sewage, it's putrefying. It's falling in the depth in my neshama. So my neshama, my soul, bursts at the seams because I'm carrying this whole thing on my head, and it just floods over, and it bursts forth At the worst times, I could be middle of davening, all of a sudden, where are you coming from? What are you thinking? Because it churns. Says the Rebbe, even now, when I'm speaking to you, Hashem, thoughts of whatever it is that each one of us has, right, are knocking on my mind. It is only when you, Hashem, help me. I'm a human being. I'm a finite speck. I'm asking you, Hashem. This is my tefillah. No one's there. Don't have to tell anybody. Just zwischen uns. With your help, I could restrain this urge to act out these inner voices. However bitter I feel that my soul is so soiled by all this stuff that's going on, right, that express themselves throughout my life, I turn to you. And this is what the tefillah is that the Rebbe's created. Here's a tzaddik telling us. Just open it there. I know, I understand. I'm giving you, let's do this. So he finishes, says, please Hashem, have rachmanis, have mercy, and purify my neshama. Root out the weeds for my soul. I try, but I need the b'stichatata. Have rachmanis. Remove all these urges that make me stray from you, so that they do not come to haunt me. Especially when I feel intimate with you. I'm trying. When I'm learning in Torah or talking to you in davening, let my neshama rise right up before you. Look at me. See what it is. And let me be purified and able to fulfill your ratzon. And let my soul, my neshama, fly higher, fueled by my yearning, fueled by the yearning. I want to do the right thing, Hashem. I want to surrender completely to you, Hashem. This is the tefillah. This is the example, the blueprint of a tefillah. Of course, I think you know where we're coming from. And you see what the Rebbe is opening himself up to explain things. So we live in the golus of Corona. We are all superheroes in that we're surviving and we're trying and we're talking to each other. But we're that way down and it's hard and we're fogged brains and just so, and it's there. So open yourself up and talk to God. That's the only thing. That's open all the time, 24 hours a day. When the Irish says, that he sees you want, he will help you. That's what the tefillah is. I'm asking Hashem, listen, I'm trying. I know. I got this stuff, God. I got rid of it. We carry stuff from when we're kids and we just... I wrote recently that the Pnei Menachem said that 70 or 80% of tzoros that Eden have when they're older is because they were bullied or there was problems when they were kids. That's a subject for another matter. We will do that sometime. We're fragile. We're in Corona land. We're sitting with masks. But emotional over here, you don't have to have a mask. The virus doesn't go into there. Talk to Hashem. The Irish do it. The tefillah is gehet werden.